Okay, hello. Let's proceed to disciplines in the social sciences. Okay, so these are the disciplines in the social sciences that are very important to introduce to you. Since you are UMS, you are in the social studies, so I guess this is a very good introduction for you. So, ayahay kamo, it's because um, we last time when we are in senior high school, we are not introduced in this specific topic kaning mga disciplines. So karon advance kay mo, so be thankful to Assumption College of Nabunturan. Okay? Okay, so let's proceed to the first disciplines in social sciences, sociology. It refers to the study of society and different aspects of human social relationships. So we have discussed this from the previous from the previous discussion. So you have to be you have to look back from you have to look back to it and try to sabot na lang. Okay, so the father of sociology is Auguste Comte. Okay, he coined the term and helped develop sociology as a systemized discipline of social sciences. Comte's famous philosophical theory called positivism states that knowledge can only be achieved through direct experience and participation in the natural and social world. Okay, so in sociology, there are participation of people. Okay, people in whether you are from the tribe, from the other states, from the other demographic geographic location, from the other continents. So um, we are um, we are distinguished through culture, through moral integrity, through identity lang yun nga kuan. Okay, so Filipino, we have the races, Filipino, Americans, Asians, Arabic, sa pa mga Africans, South Americans, so ganyan. So, Conte's positivism states that knowledge can only be achieved through direct experience and participation. So it means that we have to interact with the people. 'Di ba karon is nanon tayo mga internet. So it now becomes a very um, it now becomes easy to communicate someone. 'Di ba na tayo mga for example mga market trades through online, na tayo mga communication with other countries about the social welfare of the nation, and then how they can help kana mga United Nations nga mga committee sa ba siya mga ASEAN committee sa pa kana mga basta kanang makahatag sa to og interaction with other countries. Okay, the next one is demography. Okay, it's defined as the statistical analysis of population. It aims to investigate the births, deaths, and migration of people, which influence the stability and change of a population in a given location and time. Okay. Okay, so in demography, this is just the statistics. 'Di ba? If naamo sa inyong research, 'di ba makita niyo nga whenever you are interviewing someone, you need to have a demographic background. It's because it needs to be specific. Kay from time to time kasi mawala-wala ang mga tao. So for example, if ako inyong gi-interview, so you ask me what is my age, what is my date of birth, what is my location, what is my address, what is my ano pa, blood type, ganyan. So it is necessary to include that whenever you are interviewing someone or discussing about someone. Dili lang gyud mga gossips nga batay mo mingon mga apilo ninyo sa demography ninyo nga personality. So di ba wala mo makita nga personality nga murag section sa kung na mag-fill up mo og mga kuan di ba mga registration, wala. It's because personality is just behavior. Okay? It is not physical nga makita nimo. Okay? So, John Grant is the founder of demography, analyzed death rates and classified them in relation to the causes of the deaths. He compared the birth rates between sexes. Okay. Okay, muna siya. Terminology is birth rate, the number of live births in every 1,000 humans. Death rate, para sa every deaths in every 1,000 humans. Immigration, this is the act of departure from one's country to settle permanently in another. Okay, so kani siya is kana mo kita gikan ta sa Pilipinas, dire kita nagpuyo sa bata pa ta, dire ta na napanganak, and then mobalhin ta og laing location to settle down. Siya. And then ang immigration is kanang lahi nga country, lahi nga tao from country Japan mo settle down siya diri sa Pilipinas. Mara siya export and import. Di ba ang import is pasulod. So it is immigration, and then ang export, it means that we are immigrating, okay? General fertility rate, the number of live births per 1,000 women for each year. Okay? Live births. Okay, and then growth rate is the percentage with which the population has increased naturally or through migration in a given period of time. Okay, and then life expectancy, the average number of years that a person may expected to lead may be expected to live. Okay, and then mortality, death, particularly on a given context or large scale. Okay. Okay, demography, Benjamin Franklin, these are the people nga kuan na murag na sila specific nga aspect nga gina focus. So, he examined population growth. Okay, population na siya. And then he published the essay, Observations Concerning the Increase of Mankind, People of Countries, etc. And then Thomas Malthus is an economist. So he looked into the effects of population increase on economic and social development. Okay. Okay, let's go with anthropology. Okay, so anthropology is just um, a science of mankind. So it tries to examine the human being. Okay, so it now studies the human culture and evolution. Okay, so we have types of anthropology, katong biological anthropology and cultural anthropology. So we're gonna discuss that later, okay? These diverse patterns are analyzed as they developed through time and across different parts of the globe. These include history, linguistics, genetics, physiology, and biology. So, since we are talking about humans, so we know that humans are capable of doing things. Diba? Natay mga innovation skills sa pa innovative skills, sorry, namali ko kay na. Innovative skills, natay mga creative skills na to, natay sa pa mga life skills, kato mga kuan good, mga 21st century skills. So it really varies, okay? It really varies through culture and biology. Okay, di ba maingon sila nga okay, in sports, okay, so in sports, mo na sila nga okay, let's just use the example from kana ako mga video nga nakita nako. So it discusses about racism. Okay, so the Nigerian, kabalo mo sa Nigerian, it's mga negro man sila, negro. Okay, so naa sa instances nga mayon sila nga you should play in sports because it's in your blood. It's in your blood. Okay, so the blood is an example of genetics, di ba? Genetics. So it now becomes a mara siya og makita mo siya sa human. Okay, human evolution. Kay naman siya sa genetics niya. So kabalo man siya sa mga history sa sports. So it now becomes his kuan. It now becomes his identity nga how do siya mo kuan sa mga sports. Okay, but it is also a fact, guys. It's because Negro, kana mga African people, they have a very good genetics. Okay, they have a very good genetics. Okay, they are athletic, they are versatile, they are quick, they are agile, they are smart, they are strong. So we cannot say something bad from that um, genetic, di ba? So they abide their own genes and you know just try to utilize it for their everyday living. Okay. So anthropology, so kailangan mo ni Charles Darwin, di ba? So Charles Darwin visited the Africa. Okay? Pila to ka years maguro yang kuan, years. Okay, so he claimed that life in all its diversity has emerged from a singular ancestry. Katong iyang mga pasabot nga mga monkey do tagikan sa mga ape. Ape. So moto man na nga gikan ta sa ape. I think moto mo but for me dili dili pod kayo. Okay, di ba? Na-discuss naman yun sa inyong mga high school junior high school days. So we don't need to explain this. More deeper nga explanation. But he claimed that genes are kuan are originated from the Homo sapiens. Okay, the people from history. Okay. Okay, now let's discuss the biological anthropology. Okay. So ano na siya? Human evolution. Okay, atong yung kaya nga kuan sila naasa dugo nila ang pagiging kuan para nang masakiton yung lahi. Okay, so dugo nyo na, and then sa pa kanang taas mo kalahi, so nasa inyo hang dugo na. Kanang pasabot nga fossil analysis, it is just a study of your bones. Okay, diba? Fossil, it means bones man na siya. So istudyahan nila ang inyong bones, kumpareha mo sa inyong mga lolo nimo or papa nimo, so you are biologically inclined with their genetics. Ganyan. And then ang cultural anthropology is a collection of values, knowledge, and traditions specific to a particular group or society. Okay, so in your anamagin tayo mga culture, like for example, our culture is musimba kada Domingo. Okay, so it now becomes our culture. It's because we respect and tries to give service to the cultural nga mga belief na to. Okay, so everyone should be a in this participant in this be to be considered as one of their people. Ganyan. Okay, so archaeology, this is the collection and examination of material culture to draw conclusions about the political and social systems of people in the past. Archaeologists analyze stone tools, religious relics, cave paintings, and the like. They analyze historical events recorded in these objects, imprint a complete picture of culture to better understand the human and his environment at the time. Okay, so this is just a study of katong mga karaan nga mga wonders of earth. Diba naman tayo seven wonders of earth. The world katong Babylonian, sa patong isa katong Great Pyramids. Basta dagan sila. Ang kanang kuan, Great Wall of China is considered as seven wonders of the world. Okay, so archaeology is just analyzing kanang mga sinauna nga mga gihimo. Para ng mga hieroglyphics, 'di ba? It is carved in the stone. So archaeologists are archaeologists are gazing are just a student to analyzing this mga butanga. Okay. Psychology is a branch of social science that examines different mental states and behaviors. Okay, so it studies human body. Okay, human brain, human body, human action, mo na siya. Okay, well, mana sila ang mga important people sa psychology. Okay? Wilhelm Wundt is the father of experimental psychology. It is a collection of behavioral analysis methods that manipulate variables to better comprehend human behavior. Okay, so kani siya is since experimental man siya, so he tries to get as many as service he wants. Okay? Dapat dagan siya og service nga ma-comprehend niya ang human behavior. So for example, if kamo tanan sa inyong classroom mga 40 man mo, so if ako si Wilhelm Wundt, so I need to ask you one by one and how you feel about a certain object or a certain scenario or certain statement. So that is how I will be identifying your um, human capabilities as a student. Ganyan. And then William James is American psychologist and philosopher. He led the philosophical school of pragmatism. So when we say pragmatism, it just means a practical reality. Okay? Practical ang pasabot sa pragmatism. Okay, which prioritizes the importance of knowledge in real life situations. So kumbaga atagan mo og scenario, so you have to be aware, you have to be conscious of what you are going to do whenever this situation is is occurring. So for example, if the situation is life or death. Okay, so it becomes your intuitive knowledge that will correspond to this given situation. So unsa imong mahimuan nga himo nga solution, it becomes your solution. Diba? Solution. Practical man siya. So unsa ang practical nga buhaton nimo if nanaka sa life or death? Maybe magtawag ka sa police, tawag ka sa imong mama, good. And then mga example. Nakasala ka. Okay, nakasala ka. And then kabalo man ka nga imong parents are very strict, very petty about something mabuak. Okay. So what you're going to do? You have to rationalize something. Okay? Dili na ganang bahala mo diha. Wag na nga na. You have to apologize and say that you will not do it again. So nga na ang pagpasabot sa pragmatism. So what about society? Okay, what about in livelihood, hanap buhay nato? Okay, what are we going to do in hanap buhay? So we're going to educate ourselves with certain skills. Like for example, if your profession is all about teaching, okay, so what are you going to do to achieve this teaching profession? So you have to go to school to educate yourself, to train yourself, and execute and apply everything that you have learned into the profession that you are going to work with. Okay, di ba ang main focus of the college or the main objective of the college is to educate yourselves to be possible or positive workforce in the future economy. So ganyan lang, di ba? Basta pag naato mag-school kay na inyong crush, na inyong uyab. So it's not very practical. These are very practical. So what about kuanta carpenters? Okay, so this is one of the hardest profession na ato ang apilan. Okay, so unsa atong buhaton? It's training. Okay. Even though wala kay mga prior experience about building a house, you can have TASDA or something mga schools nga maka provide si mo og learning system. Okay, ana lang, practical man siya. Practical. Okay, what about kanang mga politics? Okay. So in politics dagan siya og branch nga imong apilan. Okay, you have to be good at speaking, good at writing. Basta mga skills nga makahatag sa mo og murag advantage, di ba? Skills you have to be good at speech. You have to be good at convincing other people, di ba? So it becomes your accountability. It becomes your responsibility to have yourself mount into this system in order for you to get what you want. Okay, that is how practical or pragmatism works. Okay, so in William James, he also pioneered functionalism, a psychological principle that gives supreme significance to observation, experience, and rational thought. So, mato siya ang functionalism, di ba, is all about what is our purpose in life. Okay, di ba? What is your purpose in life as a human? It's to be productive, be essentially essential be an essential workforce, be a good citizen, be a good sa man, role model. So ganyan lang atong ginabuhat. Okay, even though we're just a common people, dili lang mga nata sa mga middle classes, we can have this mga supreme principle. Okay, so keep in mind class that every one of us should have their own ideologies. Okay, when I say ideologies, you don't need to you don't need to have a thought that is against the laws. Okay, dapat na lang kay ideologies in how you judge a certain situation. Okay, diba? It's because okay, whenever we hear something murag very very sana siya, very situational. Okay, so for example, if situation is ang inyong principal is nakapatay og tao. Okay, so what are you going to do? Lain pag magkuan mo diretso nga kani nga principal is wag gyud siya ibuot. You have to know what is the cause and effect. So para tong gingon og na nga cause and effect of an individual to execute an action. So you have to be a judge in both the cause and the effect, or the positive and the negative. Okay, wala di ta pwede mag-judge nga one-sided. We have to have this perspective, we have to have this point of view in order for us to give a fair verdict. A verdict is just judgment. Okay? Okay, John Watson, he emphasizes the more objective and scientific study of human behavior in connection to the environment. This also saw psychology become empirical social science. Okay. When we say empirical, it is used from time to time. Okay, it is used from time to time. Okay, Beef Skinner. Okay, so Beef Skinner is one of my murag favorite nga proponents in this sociology. Okay, so B.F. Skinner has introduction to his operant conditioning. So, I think if you go to college, you will be discussing this mga tao, because kanis lang ang mga tao is very important your in your life. Okay, even though they are just theories nga ilahang gibuhat, it can still help us understand what is um, what is the function of a human being. Okay, so this operant conditioning is a concept of focusing on voluntary behavior, either being rewarded or punished. Okay, so when you say operant conditioning, it is giving reward or punishment. So for example, if si General is dili siya mag-answer, okay, dili siya mag-answer niya, gaya siya ulo, kuan siya, stubborn siya nga kid, kanang spoiled kid. So the teacher will punish him. The teacher will punish him. It's because of his attitude and bad behavior. But if si General is one of the most valuable students nga valuable students from his class, he will be rewarded. So it becomes now a trend. It becomes now a trend to the others to participate in oral assessment and multiple and quizzes and exams. So for example, di ba, General is kuan siya. Pag hands up niya, naka-answer siya and then tama yung answer, so he will be rewarded. And then ang uban nga students, uban nga classmate niya, for example si Angel, okay? Angel, and then mura mag na kuan sa Angel na attract man kay indot man ang reward, gihatagan man siya reward ni sir nga kuan, gihatagan siya flower. So Angel wants a flower for herself. Okay, so Angel raise her hand and answer the question. So natama man si Angel, so gihatagan ako siya og bulak. And then no, answer na po si kuan, answer na po si GD, and then tama siya, hatagan ako bulak. So it is how we give give a concept nga ang bata is either rewarded or punished. Kung si Vincent kay gahi siya ulo, so nagsige siya katulog. So ang gipabuhat ni teacher is gipatindog siya all throughout the class. So that one there is called punishment. Okay. Okay, so operant conditioning was based on classical conditioning, a concept introduced by physiologist Ivan Pavlov. Okay, so classical conditioning is very very good to understand. Simple kay na siya. Okay. Cognitive psychology has helped finding answers to questions about the human mind scientifically. Okay, it usually answers the questions how memory gets lost, regained, or organized. Okay. Geography is a science of place. It does not only consider the question where, but also, and more importantly, the why of where. Okay? Muna siya ang one of the best, one of the key people of the geography, Eratosthenes. So he introduced the term geographia, which means writing about the earth. Okay, human geography. Human geography surveys how people and culture are distributed throughout the world. This also includes the analysis of the effects human activities have on the environment. This subfield also analyzes how various political and social systems are arranged across the globe. Okay. Okay, so physical geography, we have the geomorphology. It studies the land formations and how different factors such as wind, erosion, volcanic eruptions, and earthquakes affect them. Okay, pedology deals with the creation, alteration, and classification of soil, soil, soil. Pedology is okay. Na siya. Climatology, it refers to the study of climates of the earth. Oceanography, it studies the world's oceanic environment. Ana siya. Okay, hydrology defined as the study of the properties of planet's water. Okay, base maglibog mo sa oceanography and hydrology. Oceanography, it studies kanang mga isda. Kanang nanay sa ocean. Ocean siya kanang mga coral reefs, mga sand sa mga sand sa ocean, mo na lang yung study. And then kanang mga hydrology, it studies the water. Kanang mga raindrops, mga water sa mga sapa, mo na yung gina-study. And then biogeography deals with the effects of the changes in the environment or on plants and animals. Okay. Okay, linguistic. Okay, linguistic is referred to as systematic study of language, including its structure and meanings. Okay. It relies on cultural, social, and historical considerations to determine why a language has developed in a particular manner. Okay, it studies the specific study of the language. Okay, so we have types of linguistics. So synchronic linguistics studies language at a given point in time. It is descriptive and determines how language or specific grammatical elements function together. Okay, synchronic kanang kanang mga words nga gihimo in a given period. Okay? So it helps us to function together. So for example, if nata sa culture, namo kita mga words nga pang culture lang. So it now becomes our mura go-to word nga maka-represent sa to nga kita nga kuan is culture ta, di ba? And then the diachronic approach to studying language traces how it evolves over time. Siya. Theoretical linguistics develops an understanding of structures of a language. It creates systems known as frameworks that help in describing these structures. Okay, so when you say theoretical, it means idea lang. Okay? Idea. But this idea helps us to understand language. Diba? Kung we say frameworks man good, frameworks is the blueprint. The blueprint, so it means siya ang sinugdanan. Siya ang sinugdanan para makasabuta sa mga structures. And then applied linguistics uses the knowledge of every language you use to understand and solve problems related to language. Ganyan. Microlinguistic analyzes language independent from social context. Macrolinguistics is considered with a much broader approach to understanding language. It considers both cultural and behavioral aspects. Neo-grammarians emerged during this period. They proposed that from existing languages, their possible parent language or proto-language can be derived or reconstructed. Okay. Okay, man siya. Neo-grammarians, it means that some words can emerge in a certain period. Okay, so they are just a derivative. Pasabot ang derivative is produced lang siya. Ang word sa home is ang tinuod nga word sa home is house. So ang kanang home is pwede siya mahimo nga kuan. Mahimo siya nga marag new language nga kuan. Language nga ginagamit sa tanang tao. Ganyan. Ferdinand de Saussure became one of the main figures of structuralism Okay, Noam Chomsky. Okay, so buhay pa na si Noam Chomsky ron. Eventually became known as the father of modern linguistics, so syntactic structures. He introduced the idea of universal grammar, which claims that human beings are genetically wired to produce language and figure out its processes. Okay. Okay, let's go with history. Okay, historia is a Greek word of history. It means inquiry or knowledge. Okay, so history is a very vital part, is very vital to our success, di ba? Okay, so this discipline also attempts to provide an explanation of causes and effects of such events. Ganyan. Okay, Herodotus is the father of history. Ano siya? Okay, so given in this particular picture, what can you say about this? Okay, I know that this is part of our history, so I want you to decipher it on your own. Okay. Kabalon mo na, kinsa na si Adolf Hitler mo na, and then mo na yung logo, it means that they are Nazi. Nazis. Okay? Kabalon mo na. So, what is your perspective about them? And do you think that German Nazis are very important in history? Ana, maro na inyo ang buhaton. Okay, history, even with the advancement of technological methods to examine history, historical documentation, historical documentation remains a developing science. Okay, economics, economics. Okay, it came from the Greek words oikos, household, and nomos means management. Okay, so it's just household management. Ganyan. So it generally aims to examine and discuss how wealth is produced, distributed, and consumed. Diba ito discuss na ang Marxism, katong capitalism, so, ano siya ang ginapasabot ano yung economics. Economics. Okay. The British economist Lionel Charles Robbins defined economics as science with which studies human behavior as relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. So, di ba, meron siyang supply and demand. Then, work and labor, and then profit and gain. Meron siya ang gina-define sa economics. Okay, David Ricardo and John Stuart Mill. Um, Ricardo is best known for introducing laissez-faire or the autonomy of the economy from the government. So kaning laissez-faire, it means that mura siya og capitalism. Okay. It's because murag they are businesses that are not provided by the government. It means that they have no connection with the government. Okay, diba? In socialism, diba, is ang government ang magbuot. Siya ang magbuot sa kuan kung unsa ang pag distribute sa wealth sa mga tao. So kaning kuan is all about capitalism, kaning laissez-faire or the autonomy of the economy from the government. So these are just concepts nga nagapahatag sa to og understanding nga mga business is not controlled by the government. So ang kaning utilitarianism is opposite din siya sa laissez-faire. It's because utilitarianism is all about socialism, di ba? It distributes the happiness and the abundance through the people. Okay, this is just the fair distribution of wealth, of profits, of just happiness, ganyan. Ginahatag na siya sa mga tao. Okay? Ano siya? Ang laissez-faire is capitalism, and then ang utilitarianism is socialism. Okay. Adam Smith is the father of modern economics. Okay? Okay, the book pioneered a great bulk of the ideas in economics. One of these is The idea of free markets where businesses can compete without the government controlling them. Ganyan. Okay, Karl Marx, we on this. We discussed this from the previous lesson, so ganyan. Okay, so for your assignment, I want you to answer the following questions. Okay? Okay, so that's it, everyone. I hope you understand something. Okay, so ang kanang disciplines in the social sciences kasi is very broad gani siya, broad. So it needs to be discussed, like for example ang kaning archaeology or psychology, it should be discussed kanang kuan gyud tag 1 week gani siya discuss. It's because daghan ka siya concepts nga nabilong siya, daghan siya branches nga dapat nato i-explain. So kani ako ang ibuhaton is just introduction. But it's good to know nga kani siya is part sa inyong UMS nga strand. Kay kami sa una gas man ko general academic strand, so wala may ngani. So you are very lucky to have this. Okay? So thank you for listening, everyone. I hope you learned something, and good luck to your exams.